Hit it.
Good evening and welcome to the Whaler Guys. I'm Jerry Irwin along with Peter Hindle.
Yep.
And we are here at 20-28 Sargent Street. We're
Live on Hartford Hockey.
Good evening.
Facebook Live. I'm going to push this out to 150,000 people here, including Hartford, including our Facebook Live, including, Cox Communications is next. They'll be on there.
Yep.
And we have a pretty big announcement that kind of came out today. We're going to talk about the playoffs, get back to our wrong predictions. But anyway.
But the big thing is,
yep.
We were thinking about running for governor.
Yeah.
Yep. We've been looking at the
like a dual governorship.
Well, the landscape of who's running.
Yep.
And we think we can beat them.
I think so.
On the platform of bringing back the Whaler.
That's right. We're going to do it as a dual head leadership. Jerry's going to take over all of the executive decisions.
Yeah, you want me to do
Capital punishment. Anyway, we're getting off track.
Here, talk to this guy.
Yeah.
Big news in Hartford. A lot of talk about the XL Center.
Yeah, I mean, really big talk. So you may have heard recently in the last couple of weeks, Oak Street Capital Oak Street, or Oak Street Capital, is a investment firm. They deal with a lot of pensions and that type of thing. And they've proposed buying the XL Center back in December. And again, they proposed another deal for a lot of state properties. And just recently, if you read the Current today, from Ken Gosselin in the Current, who writes about Oak Street, saying they would like to update the update the XL Center to an NHL Ready facility. I mean, that's in there. It's in quotes, and they're not saying that just to butter you up. They really mean it. That's what they're going to do. So they're going to be $250 million into the XL Center, but the catch is, can the city get an interest rate on the buyback of the leased property and make it work? Now, this company would take care of all the maintenance of the building. They would upgrade the facility. They'd, all that, and plus they pay taxes. So, but it's something that needs to be worked out.
And the other thing is, when you look at, where they're going with it, and we know that, Matthew Berry, thank you for letting us know. My mic is a little low on volume, so if you can adjust that, Lindsay, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
And the people actually watching, the few people. Lindsay's watching, Matthew's watching, Gabe's watching, and Mark's watching. Good evening. How are you? Thank you for joining us.
Yep.
The CRDA in the state and the city of Hartford have to rate that proposal.
Right.
And that proposal has to be written in such a way that you hold their feet to the fire to make it an NHL Ready arena.
Yeah, that has to
all
be,
this talk and this BS better be on paper.
It better be in the writing.
And all these entities have very good attorneys, so I'm sure they'll use them accordingly.
Yeah. Now on the gossip wire, we have heard some rumblings that there have been NHL attorneys in town, Oak Street attorneys for the state. There's a lot of talk goes on these things, and the good news on bottom line is that when we reached out to any contacts we have, it wasn't like, forget this, blah, blah, blah. It was a little bit more of the lines of they're looking into it, or they're asking questions, or the legislature is interested. And it's good that it's about time the legislature get interested in the ins and outs of the XL Center, what needs to be done, what will work, what won't work, that type of thing. So that's all good news. Is it going to happen? Are we going to get an NHL team? I mean, nobody can tell you that.
Listen, we have to start with the step that they're going to fix the arena.
Right.
Let's just go there.
Yeah.
And as we talked about off camera, there's nothing in the pot right now.
No.
So,
I mean, this is it.
For this group to come forward and offer this this solution to a problem.
Right.
This is better than what we've seen in a while.
Yeah.
And yes, people have complained, is this much money at this much percentage.
Yeah.
You know what? The big thing is, it's better than what we had yesterday, 2 days ago, a week ago, a month ago,
I mean,
21 years ago.
How many times do we hear, there's no investor, there's no investment, there's no investor? Now there's an investor. So that's progress. I mean, we'll take it and we'll see what they're going to do. But basically, this is Hartford's facing this any port in a storm type of thing. I mean, this is the only offer you got, and winter's coming.
Robert Zanoli, good evening.
Hey, Rob.
And we are attempting to bring them on the show. It's a great question. Peter has reached out to Oak.
We have.
Oak properties there.
We've reached out to Oak Street and said, hey.
Come on.
Nobody knows more about the XL Center than us.
Michael Hall says hi. Mark, bring him back. And Michael Hall, think these contractors could make the Wolfpack any better? That'd be a lot of work.
Not like
remember, the Wolfpack did finish the last 2 games with wins, so it's positive start for next year.
In all honesty, an updated arena would improve AHL attendance no matter what team was in there, because The arena now is going to be someplace where you can have adventure seating, suites. Companies are going to invest. There's going to be corporate buys. So yeah, attendance would go up for the Wolfpack. Will they play better? Will they get better jerseys? No, probably not.
Well,
but, you know.
but again, it's as they've always said. You know, you talk about the broken windows theory, such as Hartford trying to take out the bladed buildings. Ours is technically a bladed building.
Yeah.
So under the blight law, they might have to shut it down.
Yeah.
But Oak Street could do some positive things for Hartford.
Yeah.
And thank you, Michael, for your question.
Yeah.
What else we got? Matt Berry, he's also. Bring them on camera.
Bring them
yes,
on. Yep.
we're trying to get them. We'll let you know if we do
We're harassing them now.
Yes, that's our job.
That's what we do.
So, with that being said, we want it to happen. Like we said, it's the only thing that's been happening.
In a good, reasonable deal with a good, reasonable rate. I mean, we don't want, you and I don't want NHL at all costs, And don't forget, even if you update the arena, $250 million, and don't get the NHL, you could still have an appreciable value compared to a new arena. It would be basically the same.
But by going to the games, to the events at the XL Center, we're investing in the future.
That's right.
You know, so that money is going towards this payment,
right.
And that's part of what we're trying to do as hockey fans, as people who enjoy the centerpiece of Hartford, which is the XL Center, and that's what people have to understand. We love hockey, yes, but it's not all about hockey. It's about family time and everything going on.
Right.
Robert Zanoli, how you doing?
Hey, Rob.
And Mark, yes, there were some great games this year, great attendance.
Yeah.
Yes, UConn blew the attendance out of the water. They were very
had
good.
some big games,
and we have some announcements with them coming later on in the show.
Yeah.
But we're going right to the playoffs now, aren't we?
We got to get to the playoffs.
Yeah,
and
'cause
check
we
out
won't finish.
See how bad our predictions were, and let's see how bad yours were or how good yours were.
And first game?
First slide.
Series.
Yeah, let's see the first slide.
First slide, Lindsay.
First picture here.
Oh.
And this is an easy one because it's over.
It's easy, and it's great that Pete continually goes against the Golden Knights.
I know I picked the Golden Knights to win.
Yeah.
I just picked them in 6. I didn't think you were going to do it in 4.
Yes, I picked them in 5.
Yeah.
You picked them in 6.
No, I'm riding the Golden Knight train. If that's
Let me tell you, the Golden Knights are on fire.
Yeah. I hope they do. It'd be amazing. Watch them beat the Bruins in the finals. That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing about that series that sticks out to me is the low number of goals.
Yeah, you're right.
You had game 1 was Las Vegas winning 1-0. Game 2 was Las Vegas winning 2-1.
Yep.
Then it was 3-2.
Yeah.
Remember, game 2 though was in double overtime.
Yeah.
And then the final game last night was 1-0. So if they face a team with a hot goalie, they're not going to put anything in there. I mean, Jonathan Quick's no slouch at all.
Yeah.
It just seems like they took the opportunity when they had to score the goals.
Right.
With another team with a scoring punch, they're going to lose the game.
Yeah.
But
And
again, with that being said, their first year in the league, they made the playoffs in their first attempt. They had 100 points at their first attempt, over 100 points. And they won their first playoff series in their first attempt.
They haven't lost a playoff game yet.
Yep.
And most likely.
And they haven't lost a playoff series.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Well, hey, that one's all wrapped up, so they will wait for the winner of the San Jose Sharks and Anaheim Mighty Ducks. Let's see our next slide. Next hockey matchup we have. Let's see where we're going.
Oh, Penguins and Flyers.
All right.
I thought for a fact this was going to be over very, very fast.
Yeah.
The first game, Pittsburgh ends up winning 7-0 in game 1. And then the Flyers come back and beat them 5-1.
Yeah.
And then the other night, the Penguins win 5-1 again.
Penguins may be running out of gas. You never know.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. When you have 17 goals in 3 games, running out of gas? I don't think so.
No, I'm just talking about they should. I really thought they'd be able to put, good pressure on the Flyers to the point where you wouldn't think the Flyers had a chance. But hey, for them to come and win a game handily, I still think Pittsburgh's going to win the series. But I don't think Pittsburgh's rolling, obviously, the way they were, the last couple seasons.
No, and can they be knocked off? Sure they can. Right now, you look at who's in the playoffs. And there's a lot of good teams. There's some close series.
Yeah.
We picked this one, both of us, Pittsburgh in 6.
Yeah, so
we're still in that
round.
hunt.
Could be there.
They win tonight is game 4.
Yeah.
And that's in Philadelphia tonight at 7 o'clock.
Yeah,
If you're
that's a good one to watch.
if you're ready for watching some hockey.
Yeah.
And I still think Pittsburgh's going to win the series.
Yeah.
I'm happy. If you looked at 3 games, or 3 series. Toronto won Game 3. The Flyers ended up winning Game 2.
Yeah.
Obviously, Las Vegas beat everything.
Yeah.
And then the Wild beat the Jets in Game 3, as
Right.
well as the Devils beating the Lightning in Game 3. So
Yeah.
Game 3 was a turnaround for those clubs that were down early in the
They
series.
got back into the series.
Yes, yes.
All right. We'll move on to
Mark
the
Mark
next
says Vegas, baby. And NHL officials are brutal this year.
Yeah.
I haven't watched a whole game because I haven't had time, and I
Yeah.
really need to sleep because of overtime and other things
A lot of rough
going
hits
on.
too, though. A lot of
We're going to talk.
suspendable hits.
We're going to talk about
Yeah.
the Bruins series
Yeah.
when it comes up, and
Yep.
that was a prime example of a suspension.
Right.
Okay, next slide.
Next series or next slide.
The Lightning and the Devils, and this one is the Lightning is up 2-1.
Yep.
Again, Lightning off to a fast start with Game 1, 5-2 winning, 5-3 Lightning in a second game, and then 5-2 the Devils winning in Game 3. And tonight in New Jersey, it's going to be 7:30 start if you want to watch that game. Our pick on that one was the Lightning in 5 for both of us.
Yeah.
I still think the Lightning is going to win the series.
Yeah, absolutely. But tonight is if you're a Devils fan out there, this is it's not literally a must-win game, but it's pretty much a must-win game. You go to 3-1 to Tampa Bay, that's asking a whole lot, and I don't know if this the goalies can handle that. Now they got to play elimination games all the way through. So if the Devils win tonight, that series is red hot, and it goes back to Tampa for Game 5. And we'll have to see what happens from there. But I think I took Tampa in, was it 5? I took Tampa in 5.
You took,
Yeah.
we both took Tampa in 5.
Tampa in 5.
Yeah.
So we're looking good so far, but tonight's game will tell us a lot.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, the next slide, Lindsay.
Next play.
All right, Jets and Wild. I am so excited with this series.
Yeah.
I really like Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Game 1, when you watched the opening introductions of the game,
Yeah.
outstanding. They were all in white. They were
whiteout.
They were
Winnipeg
loud.
was famous for
and
that.
it just gives us hope. A city like Winnipeg embracing their team and really focusing on getting them into the playoffs and backing their club. The passion in Winnipeg is fantastic.
WHA team, the little WHA team that could.
Yes.
So this is great to have them up. They've taken the series by the throat there with a 3-1 lead on Minnesota. Should they be able to wrap it up? I think we picked 6 games, right? Winnipeg in 6.
Where are we? Winnipeg is 3-1 Jets. You picked the Jets in 5. I picked them in 6.
Okay.
I didn't think the Jets would be out that quickly to a 3-1 lead.
So possible there.
And when you look at it, the Jets won 3-2, 4-1.
Yeah.
Then the Wild won 6-2.
Whoa.
And the Jets 2-0. Game 5 is Friday, and I don't remember where that is.
Well, that would be Game 5, and I think the Jets finished above Minnesota.
So they're in
right?
Minnesota, yeah. They're in
yeah.
Minnesota on Friday.
And then, hey, if the Jets do wrap up the Wild, they would be facing the winner of Colorado-Nashville, and that would be a tough matchup. But, they get by that, and then all of a sudden they're in the conference finals. I mean, it's that quick. It goes by that quick.
And, Gabe Rosa, good evening, and thank you for
Gabe,
watching.
there's a Whaler guy.
Go Jets, go! Absolutely,
Yeah,
I
go
totally
Jets,
agree
go.
with you. Okay, Lindsay, next slide for the next series here, and we have the Bruins and Maple Leafs. Bruins got off to a very quick start in that series. It was 5-1 in that first game against Toronto. Totally blew them out of the water.
Yeah.
The big drama in that was a hit by Kadri against Wingles. Sent Wingles to the locker room. He did not return.
No.
And then Kadri was suspended 3 games. Now, I was talking to some people out there, and it was really... I couldn't see that they were going to suspend Kadri for more than 1 game because it's a playoff game. This person I was talking to said, no, they're going to suspend him more because of his previous suspension record.
Yeah.
And he had some black marks on his record because he had been suspended before for dirty hits.
You could see that, I forget who he was who hit, but the guy was on his knees.
It was Wingles.
Yeah.
He was falling down.
Yeah, he was on his knees, and there was plenty of time from the hold-up, and he was under control of his skates on his own. It wasn't like, he went into the hit before, he had time to readjust. He kind of knew what he was doing.
Yep.
So it's stupid, too, because he's a goal producer, and now he puts that team under more stress. they got enough pressure not winning a cup
He's
in
not
50
only
years.
he's not only
51 years.
a goal producer. He's a guy that when you hear him skate behind you, you're going to look because he's a hitter too.
Oh, yeah.
And he's a physical player.
Not
so
anymore.
he's really
Right.
he's really unfortunately putting Toronto in a bad place.
He did, but they're down 2-1. They won their game 3 in Toronto. What was the final score there? It was 5-1. No, it was the
Which one?
the game 3.
You had 5-1.
Yeah,
Game 2,
Yep.
Pasternak had a hat trick and they won 7-3.
That's right. That's the one I saw. Yeah.
And then they went to Toronto for Game 3, like I said before, and Toronto ended up winning 4-2. But
4-2,
they
that's
lost
what it
Leo Komarov to injury, and they don't know when he's going to be back. He did a little skate this morning in practice for about a half hour, and then he left the ice. Kadri, who is suspended, skated with the club in practice.
Yeah, you won't see him again.
Carly Solito, good evening, and thank you for joining us.
Hey, Carly.
Where are the Wilds from? They are from Minnesota.
Minnesota.
They used to be the Minnesota North Stars.
Yep.
And Minnesota got their club back, and it's a great hockey
what
town.
we wanna do, yep.
And great passionate fan base up there.
Right.
All right, Lindsay.
Next picture.
slide. And we have the Capitals and Blue Jackets. This is a game that Peter and I, we each picked Washington. Peter took Washington in 5. I took Washington in 6. And I still am rooting, as much as I picked Washington, I am rooting for Columbus. And Columbus is giving us a reason to root for them because they're up 2-1.
Yeah.
They got off to a quick start with 2 home wins, 4-3. And 5-4 in the first 2 games. The Capitals came back to win 3-2.
Yeah.
And they will be playing tomorrow night in Washington on Thursday.
Yeah.
So, you know, I expect Washington to bounce back, and I predict that they will tie the series at 2 tomorrow night.
Wow. Well, they had to go to overtime to do it.
But let me tell you, I really like Columbus, and I just like Winnipeg. You know, these are 2 clubs that have a lot of energy, and that fan base in Columbus is fantastic.
Yeah, and you know, it's the great thing about this whole thing is just I like these series where the away team wins every game on the road. That's what we got right now.
I think I go for the underdog, but in the Washington Columbus, it's actually Columbus. You know, squeaked in on the first wild card spot because, like I said in the last show, they peaked really early, and then and leveled out after they went on that godforsaken winning streak.
That's right. I forgot about that winning streak too. So you know the Capitals have this problem in their very first round or second round where they struggle, and you know it's not good to be in the first. Now you, first round struggling, you're down 2-1. You're the team that was supposed to beat this team. So you just got to see how it goes. But it sounds like they're so evenly matched. You know, I mean, they you know going into overtime last night. That type of thing, and I saw Holtby was playing. So you know you just don't know what to expect out of the Capitals anymore.
I think out of the first 2 games, and now you know why Holtby was in goal. You know they had to make that change.
Yeah, and that was a concern going in because Holtby had been struggling, and you know they brought in I forgot his name, Guru or Guerrero. How do you say it? But anyway, so we probably get to the next series. I don't know if we have enough time.
Series. Yeah, we're still going well.
Okay.
The Ducks and Sharks.
This is
outstanding because I can't stand Anaheim. And Corey Perry, a little punk. And you know the Sharks are dominating. They won the first game 3-2. They won the second game 3-0, and they won the other night 8-1. They just shellacked them. And tonight at 10:30 in Anaheim will be game 4, and this could be do or die for the Ducks.
Yeah, for that.
They might want a duck.
Hey, they might want to change that logo because I don't know what it is on the front of their shirt. It doesn't look like anything like a duck.
No, I like the Mighty Ducks better.
What do they call those things you shoot with the shotgun? Pigeons or whatever? With clay pigeons?
Clay pigeons,
yeah. That's what it looks like.
After it gets shot.
They're getting shot by San Jose Sharks.
They certainly are.
So 3-0. What did we pick for that, actually? Did we take
for
Sharks?
San Jose, we picked the Sharks in 6, both of us.
Yeah, I thought Anaheim would definitely win a game or 2. They still might, but you never know. So if you're a Ducks fan, it's a little rough.
Oh, absolutely.
And then if San Jose does win, they go on to play the Golden Knights. How about that?
Yes, that's going to be a neat series because you have Marc-Andre Fleury, who is playing outstanding this year, and you have obviously a club that can shoot the puck.
Absolutely.
So, okay, on to the next slide, please.
Next
slide.
Oh,
the Predators and Avalanche.
Right.
I thought this was going to be, it's one of those things where I thought the Predators were just going to run over them. And honestly, I think Colorado is doing all right. You picked Nashville.
Yeah.
in 4 as a sweep.
Yeah, I blame that on your daughter.
So you're done.
I blame it on Ashley.
I picked Nashville in 5,
Yeah.
and I still have hope. Nashville won the first 2 games 5-2 and 5-4, and
Yeah.
Colorado came back in Game 3 to win 5-3.
Yeah, you got to like Colorado's scrappiness.
And 5-3 in that 5-3, there was 3 first period goals that chased Rennie from the crease into the bench.
Yeah.
And
It's a big deal.
Tonight is Game 4
Yeah.
in Colorado at 10 o'clock. If you're interested.
Well, Colorado's, you know what? They've been playing well. I mean, like I said, I can't get over the fact they weren't even in the playoffs last year. And here they are now.
They were horrible last year.
Yeah, they were the worst team in the league last year.
No, Devils were.
Oh, were they?
Devils
I
were
thought
last.
Devils were 2 and then
No,
Colorado.
no.
Okay.
I think that. Oh,
One of
no,
the
you're
worst.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Either way, they sucked.
They both were bottom feeders. So this year it's nice to see these 2 clubs bounce back.
Right.
And be
Yeah,
part of the.
that parity is good in
yep,
the NHL. Gotta
absolutely.
keep it switching. No Rangers this year, no Detroit Red Wings, but yeah, you got stuff
No
like
Blackhawks.
this. No Blackhawks, but
Yep.
you've got these
And
new exciting matchups.
The Ducks and the Kings could be playing golf rather soon.
Yeah, the Kings are. Yeah.
Yeah, the Kings are already got their tee times.
That's right. That's right.
So do we have another one?
Yeah,
Or
next-
what do we got going?
Next slide.
All right. Uh-oh.
Here we go. So we might as well bring this up. It's not a huge thing, but you know how Malloy entered that letter to the Islanders and said, hey, New York Islanders, why don't you come here and play at the XL Center while you're working on that crazy arena you're trying to build in Belmont and da-da-da-da. And so the Islanders, kind of said thanks, but no thanks. We're going to build this thing in Belmont, and we're going to play at the Nassau Coliseum, which we just left, which makes sense. No, it doesn't. But anyway, so, we're paying attention to this, and, of course, this happens with any kind of big construction project. Wait till the XL Center starts to get renovated, and we deal with issues like this, environmental concerns, things like this. So to put a new arena in Belmont, the stress on the sewage line would be too much. And I don't mean the way the Islanders are playing. I mean the sewage from the arena and water treatment facilities. So there's some concerns on the added volume. I don't know how to say this right. It's a lot of poop to deal with. So
right, exactly.
they want to make sure that everything's up to date and standard. So this could be something where it delays, or there's an extra $50 million kicked in from the investors, or it could be another season of the Islanders staying in Nassau rather than having the Belmont built, which means, maybe they can swing a game up at the XL Center for preseason or regular season. That would be great, while they're sitting around waiting for their arena that they should have had before they went to Barclays to begin with. But anyway, be that as it may.
I don't think,
Yeah.
my personal opinion, not coming to Hartford to play a game.
No, maybe an exhibition?
No.
After it's renovated?
No. After it's renovated, my grandson's going to be in high school.
What do you think it's that? That's kind of a poor outlook, Unless he's Doogie Howser and he's like 8 years old in high school.
Unless Oak Street or another firm bids to take over this XL Center and get it done,
Yeah.
we're climbing a mountain.
Oh, yeah, we're getting a walker with Whaler signs on it. Yeah,
that's right.
What we're doing.
But we'll be able to park up front.
Yeah, we're parking up front.
But, I think this plan with Oak Street, and hopefully there's other investors. I mean, we heard from the CRDA.
Yeah.
They said their proposal or their bid proposal will be put in with all the others.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's all the others. We don't know.
Yeah.
We have not bothered the people at the CRDA because they're actually busy with important things to think about.
But they're saying it's not something they just like threw in the trash. Like somebody said, hey, I'll buy your car for $300, and you're like, get out of here. It was how about $1,500?
They can't say that.
Huh?
They can't say
They
it.
can say, "Get the hell outta here."
Nobody else is coming in.
Well, yeah, but they're supposed to renovate then try to sell. I mean, they're trying to sell the car now, and it's on cinder blocks and say, drive it off the lot. Well, you can't. So you got to fix it up so that you can drive it off the lot. And they're getting an offer now while it's still on cinder blocks. So you got to consider that. Get a better rate, make it work, make it happen. Because, we're getting old, and we can't do this show forever with no team.
There's a lot of hope here. There's a lot of hope.
Yeah.
So, well, we have about a minute left.
Yeah.
And, we will get back to you with our Stanley Cup playoff predictions again. You never know. We might have a turnaround
Well, the
here.
next time we meet, we could all my predictions could be wrong. You never know. So
or we
tune
could
in.
be totally right.
Yeah, that's true.
Until next time, we're the Whaler Guys. You guys are the Brigade.
Yep.
Keep the faith. We're beating the drum. We are one nation under green. Have a great night.
Good night.